Listen, the police have just raided Peter Mandelson's houses. Two of them. One in Wiltshire, one in North London. Plainclothes officers turning up with empty archive boxes, searching the car, checking the outhouses, walking out with evidence. This isn't some procedural formality. This is the Met Police treating one of the most powerful labor figures of the last 3 decades like a common suspect in a criminal investigation. And the charge they are looking at? Misconduct in public office. Maximum sentence. Life imprisonment. Stick around and subscribe for more of this absolute car crash, because British politics has officially gone off a cliff. Right, so here's what we know. The Met launched this investigation on Tuesday after those U.S. Department of Justice documents dropped, showing emails between Mandelson and Jeffrey Epstein from 2008. Mandelson was business secretary under Gordon Brown at the time. The emails show him discussing Treasury plans for a one-off tax on bankers' bonuses with a convicted sex offender. Let that sink in for a second. A government minister, in active office, chatting away to Epstein about market-sensitive government policy that could move billions in the financial sector. But wait, it gets better. 2 days after those initial emails, Epstein asked if Jamie should call then-Chancellor Alistair Darling one more time. Jamie being Jamie Dimon, the chief executive of JP Morgan, one of the biggest banks on the planet. And Mandelson appears to have replied saying yes. Call him again, but mildly threaten him. Mildly threaten. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, on behalf of a Wall Street bank, while coordinating with a pedophile. And this wasn't even the only leak. Other emails show Mandelson gave Epstein advance notice of a €500 billion EU bailout to save the euro. Alistair Darling was in Brussels for those negotiations. Mandelson was feeding live intelligence from inside government to someone he knew had been convicted of soliciting a minor. Beautiful irony, isn't it? Labour, the party that loves to bang on about transparency and accountability, had a cabinet minister moonlighting as Epstein's Westminster mole. The BBC reports officers arrived at Mandelson's Camden address while he was there. They searched a car outside, went inside, came back out carrying several boxes. Over in Wiltshire, Mandelson arranged for police to enter without force, which is very cooperative of him. They turned up with unfolded archive boxes, searched outhouses, the full works. If you're enjoying this breakdown of how spectacularly this has all imploded, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss when it inevitably gets messier. Now, Mandelson hasn't responded to requests for comment, but the BBC understands his position is that he hasn't acted criminally and wasn't motivated by financial gain. Perfectly reasonable defense. Except the emails literally show him coordinating financial policy discussions between a sex offender and the chief executive of JP Morgan. Not motivated by financial gain? Then what was the motivation? Peter? Charity work. Here's where it gets properly spicy. The government has promised to release documents relating to Mandelson's appointment as ambassador to the US. The BBC has been told the number of documents could be close to 100,000. 100,000. Electronic communications, vetting files, the lot. Keir Starmer wrote to the Intelligence and Security Committee saying it's a very significant volume of material, but it needs to be made available to Parliament as soon as possible. Except publication could take ages because the government wants to withhold some for national security reasons, and the Met has asked to hold back anything that interferes with the criminal investigation. So let me get this straight. Starmer appointed Mandelson knowing about his Epstein links because it came up in the security vetting. He admitted that at PMQs. He knew. And now there are 100,000 documents that might explain just how much everyone knew and when they knew it, but we can't see them yet because of national security and an active police investigation. Brilliant. Hack it up, everyone. Nothing dodgy here. Gordon Brown has come out saying he greatly regrets appointing Mandelson to his government and takes personal responsibility, but claims he was told Mandelson's record was unblemished and there were no reports of a relationship with anyone named Epstein. Which is fascinating, because Epstein was convicted in 2008, the same year these emails were flying around. So either Brown's lying, or his vetting process was so catastrophically useless it missed a relationship with one of the most notorious criminals in modern history. Labour MPs are absolutely fuming. Kim Johnson, the Liverpool Riverside MP, said Starmer handled this appallingly and should consider resigning. Brian Leishman said Starmer showed incredible misjudgment and asked if his judgment is good enough for office. His answer? A categorical no. Simon Uffer reckons Starmer needs to sack his advisors, specifically Morgan McSweeney, Mandelson's biggest fan in number 10. These aren't backbench nobodies. These are Labour MPs publicly eviscerating their own Prime Minister. And Kimi Badenoch, she's called Starmer's position untenable and demanded a vote of no confidence. Mandelson has quit the Labour Party and retired from the House of Lords, which is the political equivalent of legging it out the fire exit while the building collapses behind you. So here we are. Police raids. Criminal investigations. A former cabinet minister accused of leaking state secrets to a pedophile. A prime minister who knew and appointed him anyway. And a government hemorrhaging credibility by the hour. Subscribe if you want tomorrow's drama delivered with the same energy, because this scandal is nowhere near finished. And the only question left is how many more people go down with the ship before it finally